Thank you, Kate. Week 3 of the CFL skid set to wrap up here on the West Coast. It's the second half of a CFL Saturday double dip with the Lions hosting the Bombers, a rematch of last week's Bombers 34-20 victory with the BC Lions and the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. Winnipeg won the toss and chose to take the ball, and they will get it just inside their own 15. We are underway, and that'll be brought back by Bahul. Takes it out just shy of the 40. A win here today would be his 50th as the starting quarterback of Winnipeg as well. They'll hand it off on the ground. Short push ahead for a couple of yards. Let's take a look at this Winnipeg offense here this evening.
One change on the O-line. Micah Vanderpool is out. Gabe Wallace will play that left guard spot for him. And no Brady Oliveira in the backfield. It will be Matthew Peterson. And if you ask the Winnipeg Blue Bombers, it's no problem. Matthew Peterson took over early in the first game between these two teams and rushed for 130 yards.
Peterson, originally drafted by the Ticats, acquired via trade by the Bombers. Collaros looking to throw, second down, near side. Clercius has it, bit of a stiff arm, and it'll be a first down for the visitors. The game he had just won last week. Collaros out into the flats, spinning up towards midfield. The former rider Jareth Stearns against this BC defense.
Yeah, you heard the panel talking about they need to be more physical, and that's been their focus this week. They should be with Siona Tahema coming back into the lineup. First game for him this year. Ben Hladek, last time they played in BC Place in their opener, Hladek had a nice interception. He'll be important. And if you're looking at the matchup between receiver and DB, Ronald Kent and Jalen Edwards-Cooper are going to be matched up against Dalton Schoen and Nick Dembski. They've got to play their best game today to get a win.
Tahema with 22 sacks over the last 3 seasons. Out into the flat, Schoen takes it at the 50 up to the 45. And Winnipeg moving the ball pretty well here. Who made the tackle on Schoen. First and 10. Collaros getting everybody involved here in the early going as he slings one out to Carrick Wheatfall.
Game going into the fourth.
Second and 9 from the Lions, 41. Collaros, a bit of time in the pocket, gets it away. Right back immediately to Wheatfall. And he's got another first down for Winnipeg. On the ground, Peterson right up the middle, churning. A little bit of help from his offensive lineman. Yeah. Gabe Wallace starting at left guard, giving him a little bit of an extra boost.
2 points. So I think that's been the focus for the Lions this week.
Back on the ground again. Peterson looking for that additional boost. BC defensively so far in the season, giving up 144 yards rushing against per game. That's second worst in the league.
Bomber team is going to run away with it.
3rd and 1, Strevler into the game, looking to pick up the first down. They go straight ahead. And the officials will come over to sort this out. We've seen this over the years with Strevler. They're going to roll him to his right. Dumps it off, near side. Nice move to the 10. Down to the 5. Look into the end zone, and he is in. Flag on the play. I think it's coming back.
Holding, Winnipeg, number 86. 10-yard penalty, will repeat first down.
Kevin's Clercius.
Attack 2 here up the top right corner of the screen, and this is Chris Ike in the flat, wide open, by the way, not covered by anybody. You see the tackle made by Clercius, 30 yards rushing in his first real opportunity.
5.7 yards per carry. Collaros now down the field, lays it out there. Hladek will make the tackle after the completion is hauled in by Carrick Wheatfall. That's his 3rd catch of the ball game. 2nd and 4 now. Empty backfield for Collaros. 4 to his right, including Nick Dembski. Collaros, a ton of time. Bounces out to the left. Throws a corner shot to the end zone. Hauled in. Dalton Schoen with the touchdown. The 200th of Zach Collaros' illustrious career.
Well, and 2 of the things that make Zach Collaros so good is, one, and he doesn't get enough credit for it, his adjustments in the pocket. When he starts to feel a little bit of pressure, he'll make that subtle move, left, right, sometimes step up. He makes that move to the left this time, and what an accurate throw over the shoulder of Dalton Schoen. Number 200 of his career for Zach Collaros.
Castillo out for one more. Collaros 7 of 7 for 70 yards and a touchdown here in his season debut.
Rather than looking back over the opposite shoulder.
12 plays, 72-yard drive that took over 7 minutes. And on the return, that is 7 McGee. Only 17 touchdown passes. Now we get our lucky. And Jeremiah Mazzoli on the run to his right, dumps it off, has a completion to Keon Hatcher, who's currently second in the league in receiving yards.
Some injury issues along the way, but
on the ground, first down, James Butler. Yeah, he had over 5,200 yards in 2018, and now he runs this BC offense.
one change up front. Chris Slugger's out, and Tyler Packer will play for him out of the U of C. He's going to play that right guard position, and big second half for Keon Hatcher in the first game between these two teams in Winnipeg last week.
Packer played a little bit of center and some guard last year for the Lions. 3 to the left, 3 to the right. Here for Mazzoli. Throws to the right quickly. And that tackle is made, nowhere to go, but the catch is completed. And that is the first of the game for Justin McInnis against his Winnipeg defense.
A lot of people talking about Winnipeg getting too old. Well, Willie Jefferson is getting older, but he's not slowing down in any way. 2 knockdowns for Jefferson in game 1 of the regular season. Tony Jones led the team with tackles with 9 at middle linebacker and a couple of picks for Marquise Bridges, who 2 interceptions in the first game of the season.
Willie Jefferson, 1 sack shy of 75 in his career. Back on the ground again. Butler had to hesitate. Picks up about a yard, but he needed 3, and that'll bring up 3rd and 2.
It's midfield if you don't get it.
0 for 2 on 3rd and short. They'll hand it off, pushing ahead, and they've got it. BC Lions offense will stay on the field as they attack with James Butler. Work that time, 1st and 10 in the Winnipeg 52. Mazzoli under pressure, gets it away, and that is incomplete. Defended well by Evan Holm for Mazzoli. Bombers sent for Mazzoli's got a man open. It's McInnis. Takes it down inside the 40, and BC looking to respond with a drive of their own. Fresh set of downs from the Winnipeg 38. Again, quickly, this time Hatcher down inside the 30. And he's awfully close to another first down, 2nd and inches. Mazzoli, quarterback keeper, jumps over the line, and he's got a BC Lions first down yards. As Butler standing to his right, Butler will protect. Mazzoli gets it away, near side, back to McInnis again. And they'll push it ahead, breaks the tackle, what an effort by McInnis, and he takes it down to the 23. Back to Butler. Great second effort. And that should be a BC Lions first down. Man, that looked like a fun time. Mazzoli 3rd and super duper short. And he pushes it ahead for a Lions first down. What the opening quarter. Bombers bringing some pressure. Mazzoli gets it away. End zone shot broken up neatly. Dietrich Nichols says not today. Winnipeg on the road leading 7-0. BC Lions knocking on the door. And if you look at the rest of these numbers, pretty evenly played opening quarter, I'd say.
Yeah, first downs, identical. Time of possession, identical.
Team for Mazzoli. Winnipeg shows some pressure.
Yep.
Lions going to move some pieces around. Mazzoli in his face, pressure over the middle. Bouncing towards the end zone. No! Incomplete. Katoy got turned around after Jamal Parker deflected it. And Sean White will trot onto the field for a field goal attempt.
Well, Jeremiah Mazzoli with that early count, you saw the snap count where he went up over the ball, yelled out a couple signals so that he could see what the defense was going to do.
It's 16 in a row. And that one is up. No doubt about it. You're just moving your arms. I was like, what are you doing right now?
Yes.
Hand it off.
Look at this.
Look at a great run
On
for Peterson.
Just for myself, but others.
21 yards on 4 carries. They go back to him. A great cut, and he's got another first down as Peterson picks up where he left off last week.
Very comparable to Brady Oliveira, who will be back.
Now they go to Peterson. Calls it in, but is wrapped up immediately by Deontay Williams. 2nd and 9. Flores looking to throw here. Down the field. End zone shot. Lays it out there. Broken up. Tried to find Stern. Double coverage. Beaulieu and Ronald Kent Jr. were there. CFL record just inside the right hash from 55 for Castillo. That is up. And it is right down the middle. A deep shot from Sergio. Field goal on their first drive. Moved the ball well, though. Mazzoli on the run to his right. Dumps it off. A little bit of space here for Hatcher, who hauls it in. And nothing wrong with a steady diet of Hatcher and McInnes from midfield. This time they will give it to Butler. Broke the first tackle, not the second. 2nd and 5 for the Bomber 50. Mazzoli bouncing around, throws it over to his running back Butler. That is going to be picked up and taken back. No whistles on the field just yet. Parker down to the 10, to the 5, to the end zone. Touchdown, Winnipeg. Mazzoli misses Butler. Picked up by Parker, and he's gone.
The question is, was it a lateral pass? And that's what the officials are chatting with. I think Jeremiah Mazzoli is looking. Was it a lateral pass or was it a forward pass? It looked right down the line. And the call on the field is touchdown Bombers. So let's take a look one more time. Is that backwards?
The previous play is being reviewed by the replay center.
It's an automatic review, so no challenge necessary from Buck Pierce because it's a score.
It was a lateral pass on the previous play. Winnipeg touchdown.
To make it a 14-point lead for Winnipeg. And that one is through 7, going with the 77. And he's handling return duties today. Out of Albany University, he takes it and pushes it ahead back to the 30.
The Bombers, because he's never beaten them, and they're not going to play him again this year, at least not in the regular season.
Oh, look out. That was almost taken back as well, as Terrell Bonds had a great jump on it.
It's a long season. It's a marathon. You got to be smart.
They're on the road against the Riders next week. There's a completion, and that'll be a first down. As right back to Justin McInnes, his 4th catch of the game. Hands to the left of his quarterback. Now he flares out into the flat. Mazzoli, far side, lays it out there, misses McInnes.
By himself down at the bottom.
Everybody else up to the left. Winnipeg brings some heat. Mazzoli in trouble, trying to get away. He will not take him down. Everybody was there for the Bombers defense. Griffin, Wilson, among others, in on the tackle. With the sack. Carl Meyer out to kick it away from his own 30. Trey Valou slides over, takes it at his 10 cleanly. Back to the 25 on the return.
That has his name on it. You're getting something done.
Got to be pretty proud of yourself there.
Yeah.
Another handoff. And that's our first look at Quentin Cooley, who by all accounts had an excellent training camp. Peterson back in now, steps up over to the left of Collaros. Collaros gets it away down the field up to the 40, and that is hauled in by Jarrett Stearns. His 2nd catch of the game. He had 1 for 13 yards of Jarrett Stearns earlier this week. Takes the handoff. This one deflected at the line and falls incomplete. 2nd and 10 for Zach. Collaros Clarus again, clean pocket near side. Great tackle made by Deontay Williams after Clarcius hauls in his second catch of the game, and that will bring up third down for Winnipeg. Jamison Sheen from his own 35. This will be taken by McGee. Flag as he gets tripped up just outside the 20.
Holding, BC, number 13. Half the distance to the goal, first down.
It's a good guy to have around, I think, for Nathan Rourke at this stage of his career. Here's Mazzoli, gets it away a little bit high, but hauled in and still pushing it ahead. Finally, will get the stoppage. That's an extra 4 or 5 yards after the catch there for McInnes.
Well, what a great mentor he is.
They did get the first down, now back on the ground. Butler, really nowhere to go this time. Willie Jefferson. 2nd and 9 here for Mazzoli. And flags as the ball is snapped.
Procedure, BC, number 69. 5-yard penalty, it remains second down.
The left tackle, Jarrell Broxton. 3 options, wide side left for Mazzoli. Looks in that direction first, throws in that direction, lays it up there again for McInnes, who's going to be stopped short of a first down. Got that one locked and loaded just in case. This kick, end over end. Raul takes it with speed. And instant field position on a quick return.
Into that side of the world yet.
Yeah, I think he's got a lot of good years left as well. Looking for it all right here for Dembski. Oh, intercepted. Horrible timing. We were just talking about Zach. Now taken back up beyond the 30. Near sideline and taken away. Christophe Boyou steps in.
Great range and just a little underthrown from Zach Clarus. And by the way, this whole thing and missing one game, the legacy is intact. Even if his career stopped this season, it is intact. So I don't know about you, Dustin, but I almost go weeks without looking at my phone in the off season. But all on that sort.
So Mazzoli gets the ball back. Less than 2 to play in the half. He's on the run. And tried to find Catoy, but broken up by Griffin.
Second half. We'll see if that happens tonight.
Mazzoli to his right again. Down the field looking for Hatcher. That would have been spectacular. Our stands on his 35. Low kick. And that one will bounce out. They'll mark it down at the 12. This time back on the ground. Tehema.
Timing for the Lions.
Clarus on a draw, dumps it off to Peterson, but no hole opened up at all. Tehema in the mix there as well. Seven McGee waits back on his own 41 for the Lions. A high kick this time. Taken inside the 50. Returned back out to about midfield. I think he stepped out of bounds right at midfield for another season. Eligible to sign with the Oilers this summer. Here is Mazzoli. He's over the middle, picked off. Parker takes it away at the touchdown on a scoop and score earlier. Now he's got an interception.
Pressure on Mazzoli causes the high throw, and when it does, that's Parker right in the middle of your screen. Another big play in this first half. A little bit of high throw there. Can't be pulled down, and that's a nice catch by the safety in behind it.
Well, that's McInnes. He's a big boy, too, over his head. Indoors like this, they probably let Castillo kick from 80 yards away. So we'll see where Zach can get him. He's pressured. He's in trouble. And he's going to be taken down. That'll help things for the BC Lions. We said Zach's had quite a bit of time so far in this game. And with time ticking down. Strebler takes the knee.
Got the answer.
Strebler takes the knee. And that'll do it for the opening half. Winnipeg leading 17-3. BC Lions needing to dig themselves out of a hole. The third quarter of this ball game at home here in Vancouver. And Castillo gets us started. Thank you very much for joining us for the second half. Lions, Bombers. Seven McGee fakes the reverse. Good burst, but covered well by the Bombers, and they'll force him out of bounds at the 32. They start on their own 31. Masoli down the field, looking for a big bang right away. Lays it up there, broken up. Nice play by Terrell Bonds.
Turned to the inside. Remember I showed you that touchdown earlier? DB turns through the receiver. He has a better shot of not getting the separation. But the difference for Bonds was he leaned into him with his right hand. That kept him close to Justin McInnes.
So 2nd and 10. Winnipeg sends four. Masoli feels a little bit of heat, gets it away over the middle. Heavy tackle made there by Griffin, who I think's played very well after an attempted deep shot to McInnes on first down, didn't connect. Battle takes it at the 25, sidesteps one attacker, and then eventually forced out of bounds just inside the 40. Here's Peterson trying to fight ahead. He will get positive yardage. Eligible to play week 1. Of course, they were deadly for a couple of seasons. Far side, high throw, no problem. That bounce out at the end, it did. Clercius working against Robert Carter Jr. Jamison Sheen kicks this away. Seven McGee waits for it. High kick. Bobbles. McGee, can he get there? No, it looks like the Bombers are on it. And McGee, with his head in his hands, disappointed as it bounces away from him, and the Bombers are on it. Looked away for maybe just a moment, and it's taken away in this past 2025 draft. So the second rounder making an impact. Kolaris pump fake. Now he's going to go in that direction. There's a flag as this ball is caught by Jarrett Stearns. He takes a heavy blow from Deontay Williams.
Holding Winnipeg, number 69. It's a 10-yard penalty. We'll repeat first down.
Kendall Randolph was, I believe, the gentleman trying to block Sione Tehama.
20. Kolaris, more pressure, dumps it off to Peterson. Can he find a block or two? Peterson popped just inside the 30.
Oh my God.
As Ahway came over to deliver a blow. Kolaris, far side of the field, and that one's dropped by Clercius, and that'll be 3rd and 13. From his standards, just 37 yards, and it is up once again right down the gut. Winnipeg comfortably. All right, Mazzoli needs a drive here, though. Started on the ground to Butler. This will help. Butler takes it out midfield and more. All the way down to the Winnipeg 51. 1st and 10 for the Bomber 51. Mazzoli had time, gets it away over the middle again to McInnes, and he is wrapped up immediately. Tony Jones and Michael Griffin both right there. 8th catch of the game for number 18. Jackson over to the right of their quarterback in the slot. Mazzoli down the field. Coming back to the ball and grabbing it this time is Eberhardt's. First down, BC. 4-man front for the Bombers here. Mazzoli on the run to his right. Gets it away again. That was up and defended again by Parker.
Boy, he's having a game.
He is having a game, isn't he? Came into this game with just a tackle and knockdown, but he's got a touchdown, an interception, and now that. Now Winnipeg's going to show some heat. They're going to bring it to. Mazzoli gets it away. And it's incomplete as Mazzoli picks himself up off the turf. And obviously back again this year. Here's Sean White, 43-yard field goal attempt. Low snap. They set it up. And White knocks that one through. He's now hit 18 in a row.
Hey, coach.
Kolaris, screen, Wheatfall. Can he find a block? Get a few yards out of it with a couple of catches already. Nothing for Densky. We'll keep tabs on that. We'll get it to Schoen. Schoen upended. caught that ball, and Galen Edwards-Cooper there immediately. Back on his 10. Looking to calm down after that fumble on his last attempt. His kick, shorter. McGee gets up, takes it cleanly in the chest, and just pushes a quick return ahead.
On the right.
Mazzoli. One hops it in to Hatcher. 5.5 to play, third quarter. They'll clear things out. Empty backfield. Mazzoli. Tight window. Guns it in there. First down, BC. As he gets it to Jermaine Jackson for his third catch of the year. Offensive line here for BC. Butler will stay in to protect. Mazzoli on the run. Heaves it down the field. Almost one-handed by McInnes. Working against Marquise Bridges. Mazzoli, deep shot, down the sideline. Hatcher out of bounds. Not going to be able to get a foot down. Caught it, but he was forced out of bounds.
The ball took him there too in that case, but good play by Bonds.
Raul, little stumble, he bobbles, picks it up though. And now he's going to try to find something up the middle. Broke another tackle. Pretty good return by Raul. Takes it all the way up to the 35. First and 10 on Winnipeg 35. Right up the middle. And that'll be a first down as they get it into the hands of Quentin Cooley. And you do lead by 14. Peterson back in the game at running back. And they'll go to him now. A little 1-2 punch trying to spin away. That's easier said than done against Alway.
Mike Alway.
Second and 8. Lions are going to bring heat. Collaros gets it away down the field. Broken up. Diving over there was Halatic. As Schoen thought he was going to slide underneath it. Punting situation. High snap. Janis G gets it. Then cross kicks it over to the far side. And that's just going to die right at the 21. Picks it up. Return of about 7 or 8 yards.
Still stands.
He's got Hatcher here. Up to the 35, no further. Second and 5. Mazzoli lays it out there, and that'll fall incomplete. Was looking for Riley Pickett, who does not get targeted very often. Awaiting the punt. Meyer taking over for Flintoff this year. And that one down inside the 20. Now they'll toss it ahead to Dembski.
That's a forward pass.
There's the streak stays intact.
Now,
73 games. We'll give it to him. Usually doesn't take him until the end of the third quarter to get one. Wheatfall this time. He's been the most targeted receiver by Collaros tonight, and he is stopped short of a first down. All right, welcome back to Vancouver. The Lions do trail 20-6 here. The numbers really, there's not a ton of separation in this game. So how does BC jumpstart their offense here? He's got 8 catches on the year. A little quiet tonight. Low driving kick here. McGee hustles over.
Goes out of bounds, a penalty.
And he'll pick it up just inside the 35. Start on their own 38. They do get it to Butler. And he pushes ahead for about half of what they need. And it'll be a manageable second down for Mazzoli.
Passes and screen passes a bunch.
Second and 5 here. Butler out the flat to the left of Mazzoli. Mazzoli's going to throw one deep. Up for grabs. Did he get it?
Yep.
He did. Ridiculous stuff from Keon Hatcher. And the Lions, how about some life? They just got it.
In the spotlight, Keon Hatcher, nothing fancy. In fact, I thought the coverage was real good on Butler, and Bonds was basically running the route with him, but he wins the jump ball, and how many times have we seen it?
Oh.
What a catch.
What are you supposed to do if you're Bonds and Parker?
Well, Parker was right there too. Yeah, Jamal Parker working with Bonds to try and get it out of there.
Back in 2023, Hatcher, 15 contested catches, most in the league, and he just went up and got that one. Now they'll get it out. Eberhardt, Pat McInnes trying to set up a bit of a screen for him. Positive play for the Lions. Mazzoli gets this one away quickly. Really zipped that one in there, didn't he? And Jermaine Jackson was able to hang on. He was thrown back, but didn't matter. They've got the first down, and the Lions continue to march.
Get those substitutions in.
Allen is in the tents. Mazzoli's in the red zone. He's throwing towards the end zone. Laid out there with it taken away. Intercepted by the Bombers. Evan Holm. And Winnipeg's defense does it again.
Starts with pressure. I don't think Jeremiah Mazzoli was comfortable in the pocket on this one. He got a guy right in his face. And when he went to let this go, he thought he could throw it to the outside and then maybe only his guy could get there in Eberhardt. But no, Evan Holm's got some speed now.
Evan Holm just put in an extra burst. Beat Eberhardt to the spot.
He ran the route. Exactly. Beat Eberhardt, the receiver, to the spot.
BC is challenging the ruling of the previous play of an interception. The play will be reviewed. After review, the ruling on the field stands. BC will be charged their last time out.
Yeah, that
First down, Winnipeg.
And when that ball did hit it, he didn't move at all. He had it secured in his arm. Now Collaros right away down the field, drops it in there at the 35. It's a big one to Wheatfall.
There was a couple of play-action fakes by Zach Collaros there. That's why Wheatfall could have run the double move like he did.
Immediately back on the ground last week. Now back on the ground again. To the 20. And a good extra push will take it down closer to about the 17-yard line of the BC Lions. Stands in to the right of Collaros. He's got three options, wide side right. Look to the left, now over the middle. Dumps it off. Jarrett Stearns down inside the 5 for a first down for Winnipeg. He is out in the slot to the right of Collaros. On the run to his right. Zach trying to find somebody. Drops it off and it's caught. Look at this. Oh, I don't believe it. Healy's got it. First CFL touchdown for the big man. And they're celebrating in the Lions end zone. How about that?
Healy's going. This one he had to go get, too. This wasn't just one of those, fool everybody on the field goal team and throw it to an offensive lineman that's waiting like he would be waiting for a punt. This is Tui having to go and run this one down. I mean, he has to go get it and catch it with his hands with coverage on him.
I love it.
Wow.
You're right. Usually it would just be a dump off. He's on the run to his right.
And they catch it in their bread basket. And they've got bigger bread baskets than most, and they'll catch it there. Not that time. Here's Ely, the tight end, and he's just going to push to the flat. Now take a look at the bind that Deontay Williams is in, because once Zach Collaros is outside of containment, now if he goes up on Zach to make that tackle, easier throw. If he stays back in coverage, then Zach just runs it in for a touchdown. So, again, you're caught between, do I take the quarterback? Do I stay in coverage? You're wrong either way because the quarterback makes the opposite decision. Touchdown Bombers.
27-6. McGee on the return. One of his better ones in the night.
Great hands.
How about that's that 17 points off of turnovers. Mazzoli down the field, lays it up there. Jackson went to get it. He's only 5'7". Mazzoli 17-34. Now he gets it up to midfield. That's Catoy's first catch of the ball game.
Spin out of that tackle. I think it was Retta Cramdy.
Moving quickly here. Eberhardt had to reach back for it. Far side Mazzoli. Hatcher's got it. Broke one tackle. Stiff arms another. And takes it down to the 30. McInnes and Hatcher to the top of your screen. Down the middle. Has McInnes tripped up just outside the 10.
It was a good throw, but the Bombers are giving him more room.
From the 11. Mazzoli. End zone. Too high. Too hot for Catoy. Understand some rust might be there. Bombers going to show some heat. They bring it. Gets it away. Marquise Bridges. 3rd and 8 from the Winnipeg 9 for Mazzoli. End zone shot, too high. Had a step two, didn't he?
Yeah,
And that's going to fall incomplete. Looking for Justin McKinnis.
that's basically their night.
A player misconduct foul, Winnipeg, number 5. The ball will be placed at the 1-yard line. It'll be first down.
Peterson stands in now, a couple steps to his QB's right. And they'll give it to him, and he pushes it out. Little bit of breathing room before he's driven back into the end zone. That'll be next Saturday. Winnipeg in action on Thursday. Multiple flags looking for Schoen. He's pushed out of bounds, incomplete anyway. For Carrick
Offside,
Weekfall once again.
BC, number 0. 5-yard penalty. We'll repeat second down.
I mean, you have to take an Uber to get around your opponent. It becomes that much trickier, but
He's on the verge of going 2-0 for the 5th time in the last 6 years. They'll hand it off again. Right up the middle.
Coach O'Shea told us in a Zoom call, the schedule is always perfect.
Flag as Claros throws it. It's going to be picked off at the 35. But as I mentioned, there's a penalty on the play.
What this possible flag?
Holding, Winnipeg, number
well,
66.
it's fine.
Penalties declined. First down, BC.
First career interception for Robert Carter Jr.
Important for him, but not really relevant in this one. It's important because you get that first one, and then for DBs, somehow they start to come in bunches. Interception when he was at Robert Morris, that was off the hook.
Mazzoli with 4 options out to his left. Looks in that direction, will throw in that direction. And it is caught by Catoy, but he's run out of room there, working against both Parker and Marquise Bridges 3 years.
Yeah.
With Ottawa, right? Gets this one away. And that one into the hands of Catoy. I thought for a moment Holman's going to pick that off, but he zips it in there. Catoy's got the touchdown late here in the game, and some pushing and shoving for good measure. Catoy had to be ready.
Close, yeah.
He's got it. There we go.
We have a player misconduct foul against Winnipeg, number 5. That is the 2nd misconduct foul of the game. Number 5, Winnipeg, is disqualified. We also have a disqualification against BC, number 64, for physical abuse of official. The net 10 yards will be applied on the kickoff.
All right. Second.
Couple guys on defense.
Push it in. Butler gets it done.
Yeah, Carrick Weekfall can blow the top off the defense.
All right.
Well, that's tough. That's
Short
foul.
kick. That is touched. Home gets there, though. And will push it out of bounds. It was live after the initial touch, but the Lions could not get there. And Evan Holm, who has an interception in this game, is able to bat it out with 92 seconds left, which led to a 14-point victory. They're up by 13 points right now. Did that ball pop out? Winnipeg looks really good again.
Yep.
Back to Cooley again, and look at that. Low center of gravity just pushing through everyone to pick up a first down.
Move on. They've got their starter and leader back.
You could tell he was excited on his pregame hit with Farhan, like just the smile on his face.
Yeah.
He was ready to go.
Now, we're not seeding any teams in the playoffs just yet in week 3, but that'll do it.
Convincing victory for the Bombers, 27-14 the final. Claros win number 50 for this club. And it really was never in doubt, was it?
No. And Michael O'Shea moves up the wins list for head coach of the Winnipeg Blue Bombers.